Franktuary for the August edition of Mustard Moments. I'm with Derrick Start. We have a big announcement to make, actually. And real people, real mustard. This is Mustard Moments. So today, we're going to try a chipotle mustard from, I think it says East Shore. Is that what it says? Yeah, East Shore Specialty Foods. Then we have a garlic dill mustard from Norman Bishop. I'm not familiar with either, and as always, we have yellow mustard because it's the old standby to which we compare everything. And before we get into the mustards, we're going to talk to Derrick a little bit. And Derrick, what's the big announcement?
So I'm here today to let you guys know that we are opening a new location in the Pittsburgh International Airport. We will be opening on September 6th in Terminal B. Very big terminal in there, and we are super excited for you guys to come out and try the food.
Yeah, we're really pumped. Derrick's going to be managing the location over there. Now, Derrick, I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you told me you grew up in Meadville.
Yes.
I don't know what mustard is like in Meadville, but what's your earliest mustard memory? Do you have one?
Earliest mustard memory.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one. Definitely not something I've ever thought about before. So there is a local hot dog shop, Eddie's Footlong Hot Dogs. That is the thing I always grew up on, and they're very big on the mustards. I remember one time I did try spicy brown mustard for the first time quite a few years ago. I didn't realize it was spicy. I'm not a big fan of spicy things. Was pretty good, a little bit on the spicier side.
So even though you don't love spicy things, you do like spicy brown mustard? Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Final conclusion.
Vote for mustard right there. Now, I know you spent some time working for Chick-fil-A as well.
Yes, correct.
And I don't know much about Chick-fil-A. There aren't many locations where I grew up in New Jersey at all, although they're coming that way. They're growing really fast everywhere now.
Definitely.
But talk to me a little bit about the relationship of fried chicken and the famous dipping sauces they have at Chick-fil-A. Are there any mustard-based Chick-fil-A dipping sauces that are popular?
So Chick-fil-A is very big on their Chick-fil-A sauce. Also the honey mustard. So the secret behind the Chick-fil-A sauce, it is making its way public now. What it is the Polynesian sauce, the honey mustard, and the ranch. So it is a combination of all three sauces, kind of brings that lighter part of it, that savory, and also you get that hint of mustard. So definitely a big fan favorite with the chicken there.
Very interesting. So you're not going to get in trouble for letting us in on this secret.
No, it's coming out to the public slowly but surely.
Got it. Equal parts of these three things?
I believe so.
Anyway, we're going to start with this yellow mustard here just to get the baseline. This is the taste any person who's had mustard before in their life probably knows. I don't know if you love it, but you probably know it. It's America's most standard mustard. Vinegar is really present.
Mm-hmm. Very aromatic.
Mm-hmm. It can be hard to believe that it's actually the same thing, but all mustard is made from mustard seeds. So you have this classic yellow mustard. Then we're moving over to this chipotle mustard. It doesn't even look like the same food. So we're gonna try that, and then as you try it, just want you to let me know what you think of it in terms of both how you like it on its own and how it compares to yellow mustard.
So I'm getting a lot of savory and spice. Definitely has a little bit of both of those components. I do taste a lot of that vinegar. Very aromatic, similar to the yellow mustard. Definitely leaves a little bit of heat in your mouth afterwards. Mm-hmm. Very flavorful though.
I feel like it has, I wouldn't necessarily say sweet, but a sweeter start than I expected, mm-hmm. and then finishes with heat. Which is interesting to me. The texture I noticed is also a little gloppier, for lack of a better word, than the yellow mustard. And the yellow mustard's smooth. It's not a bad texture, but just dipping these potato sticks into each one, I feel like the yellow mustard, it's almost like oil on a dipstick, where it's just kind of loosely clinging. This stuff, it comes off in chunks. You can see it hanging there. I don't think yellow mustard would ever do that, so that's pretty interesting. It really does leave a heat in your mouth.
Definitely.
But it's not overwhelmingly hot. As someone who doesn't like hot things, do you feel challenged by it? Or is it tolerable?
Yeah, definitely. So I wouldn't say it's, too overpowering in that heat aspect. I love how you stated, it definitely starts off with that sweeter, kind of savorier in the beginning. And then once it kind of digests down, and it definitely leaves that heat in your mouth. Definitely not overpowering or overbearable, but definitely.
So in your opinion, people who like more mild things could probably handle this,
No, definitely.
as you might be one of those people. So yeah, I think the sweetness that I taste at the very beginning is gone almost instantaneously, and then it gets into that savory flavor you were talking about, and then finishes with the spice. It's almost like a 3-part journey.
Definitely.
Where the yellow mustard, I feel like, just tastes like the same thing the whole way through, start to finish.
One dominant flavor.
Sometimes I think of mustards the way sommeliers think of wines, and I'm not, skilled enough to be a sommelier or a mustard sommelier, if there's such a thing. But I once attended a seminar at the National Restaurant Association convention in Chicago where there were 5 master sommeliers in the same room. And what I remember vividly about this, we were trying these wines, and the other people in the conference were raising their hands and saying what they'd tasted, and these master sommeliers, no matter what people will say, they'd be like, yes, that's right. And it's almost like what you taste is correct, no matter whether the person next to you tastes the same thing when it comes to wine, is the impression I was left with. I find that really interesting, and then when I have mustards with people, it's like a similar experience. So we're going to move on to this garlic and dill mustard now, talking about the differences. Check out the difference in color. Yeah, these are both mustards. In my left hand, there's the garlic and dill. In my right hand, the chipotle. And this garlic and dill, in both texture and color, it's a lot closer to the yellow mustard. Although it's lighter in color, and you can see actual flecks of dill in there. And I'm guessing it's lighter in color because the garlic is probably minced or even turned into an aioli before you eat it. And that white garlic is probably lightening the yellow mustard. It says on the back of this, excellent in potato salad or with cold cuts. So hopefully potato sticks are close enough to potato salad.
I believe they will do the job. So right off the bat, you get hit almost with that dill flavor. It's not too overpowering. I definitely think it's got that savory aspect, similar to the chipotle. Tasting some sweetness mixed in with that vinegar.
Did you pick
Very
up
refreshing.
on the garlic at all?
Honestly, I believe that I'm gonna have to try again.
So I felt like
the dill was almost overpowering the garlic.
I felt like at first I tasted the garlic right away, and then the dill hit almost like a punch in the face, and then I couldn't taste garlic anymore. I like to use the phrase punch in the face when I'm talking about mustards because they're so strong, they're so interesting. And in spite of the fact that they're so strong, they can really change and complement whatever you put them on in a way that doesn't necessarily overpower. Like if you put good mustard on a hot dog, it's almost like a new food where the mustard meets the hot dog and you have this new taste where some other condiments, namely ketchup, and I know I'm not the only one to think this, you put it on and it makes things taste like ketchup. Mustard doesn't always do that, but when you eat it by itself, it's so strong. It's really interesting.
So I do taste that garlic in the very beginning.
That was my first
But like
reaction.
we were saying, it is kind of quickly masked by the dill. I believe the dill gives it a great flavor. I just wish that garlic would kind of come through a little bit more there.
Thanks everyone for watching. Until next month, this is Mustard Moments, signing off.